In a quiet neighborhood, there lived a little girl named Lily. At just 8 years old, she was full of energy and curiosity about the world around her. Lily loved to explore her block, collecting colorful leaves and playing with her friends. However, there was one thing that made her nervous: walking to school alone. Every morning, as she got ready for school, a knot of fear would twist in her stomach. The thought of making the journey by herself filled her with worry. The streets felt big and lonely without someone by her side. She often imagined what could happen if she encountered strangers or faced any trouble on her way. Lily's school was only a few blocks away, but to her, it seemed like a long and daunting path when she was alone. She wished she could have someone to walk with her, someone who would make her feel safe and secure. Her parents always encouraged her to be brave, but the fear still lingered in her heart. On particularly anxious mornings, she would look out the window and see other kids walking with their friends or parents, laughing and chatting. She wanted that too, a friend to share the journey with, someone who could lighten the worries that weighed on her mind. As she prepared for school one chilly morning, all those thoughts swirled in her head. Little did she know that today would be different. Today, she would find the courage to ask for help from an unexpected group of people, bikers who were known to ride through her neighborhood. Would they be willing to lend a hand? With determination in her heart, Lily made up her mind to reach out and see if they could walk with her to school. It was a small step for her but a big leap toward feeling safe. As Lily stepped outside, the chilly morning air greeted her, and she took a deep breath, gathering the courage she needed. She walked a few blocks when she heard the unmistakable rumble of motorcycle engines. Turning around, she saw a group of bikers approaching. They looked fierce, with leather jackets and shiny helmets reflecting the sunlight. But as they drew closer, Lily noticed their friendly smiles and warm demeanor. There were 4 bikers in total, each with their own unique personality. One had long hair flowing down his back and a beard that made him look like a gentle giant. Another biker sported bright tattoos that covered her arms, but her cheerful laughter instantly made Lily feel at ease. The other 2 bikers seemed equally friendly, with big grins on their faces as they slowed down to see who was standing by the roadside. As they approached Lily, they could see that she was nervous. Her hands fidgeted with the straps of her backpack, and her eyes darted around as if searching for someone or something that would help her feel safe. Sensing her anxiety, the biker with the long hair leaned down closer to her and asked gently, "Hey there. Are you okay? You look like you might need some company." Lily hesitated for just a moment before managing to nod her head. The bikers exchanged knowing glances and quickly circled around her on their bikes so she wouldn't feel alone. Their relaxed attitudes helped soothe some of Lily's fears. "We're just heading out for a ride," said the tattooed biker with a warm smile. "Why don't we ride along together? We'll make sure you get to school safe and sound." In that moment, Lily felt a spark of hope bloom in her heart as she realized that these bikers weren't scary at all, they were kind and ready to support her in overcoming her fear. Lily stood there for a moment, her heart racing as she looked at the bikers who had just offered their help. She could feel her palms getting sweaty, but she knew this was her chance to ask for what she really needed. Taking a deep breath, she stepped forward, her small frame feeling brave in the presence of these larger-than-life bikers. Excuse me," she said, her voice a little shaky but determined. "I was wondering if you could, maybe walk with me to school." The words tumbled out quickly, and she immediately felt a mix of relief and anxiety. Would they think it was silly? Would they laugh? But instead of mocking her, the bikers exchanged pleased glances, their friendly smiles growing wider. The gentle giant with the long hair leaned down closer again, his expression warm and encouraging. "Of course. We'd be happy to walk with you," he said. "It's always better to go together." Lily felt a wave of warmth wash over her as she heard his words. She had been so scared to ask for help, but now it seemed so easy. The tattooed biker chimed in, "We'll make sure you get to school safely. It'll be fun." Grinning, Lily nodded enthusiastically, feeling her worries melt away. As they gathered around her, she realized how great it felt to have support from these unexpected friends. They were not just bikers, they were compassionate people who understood how important it was for a little girl like her to feel safe. "Thank you so much," Lily exclaimed, her voice now filled with excitement rather than fear. With that, the group began walking together toward the school, the sound of their laughter echoing down the street and making the journey seem much less daunting. As Lily stood before the bikers, her heart pounding with hope and anxiety, the group was taken aback by her request. They were used to hearing stories from children, but a young girl asking for help to feel safe on her way to school struck a chord with them. The gentle giant with long hair exchanged surprised glances with his friends, clearly touched by her bravery. "Wow, that's really brave of you to ask," he said, bending down slightly to meet her eyes. His voice was warm and reassuring, instantly putting Lily at ease. The other bikers nodded in agreement, their expressions softening as they realized how important this moment was for her. The tattooed biker, who had been smiling brightly, added, "Absolutely. It's never silly to ask for help. We're happy to join you." Her enthusiasm was infectious, making Lily feel even more comfortable. The bikers quickly regrouped around her, creating a protective circle that made her feel like she had a team behind her. "What's your name?" one of the other bikers asked, grinning widely. "I'm Jake," he said, pointing to himself and encouraging the others to introduce themselves. As they shared names and playful jokes, the initial surprise turned into a warm camaraderie that lifted everyone's spirits. Lily felt like she was no longer just a scared little girl, she was part of something bigger. The bikers laughed and talked among themselves, making her feel included in their cheerful banter. Their willingness to help was genuine and heartfelt, showing Lily that even those who looked tough could have kind hearts. As they began walking together towards the school, the bikers' supportive nature shone through every step. They chatted about their favorite rides and adventures while ensuring that Lily felt safe and cared for along the way. In that moment, she knew she had made the right choice by reaching out for help. As Lily walked alongside the bikers, her heart felt lighter with each step they took together. The gentle giant, whose name was Max, walked beside her and began chatting about his favorite bike rides. "You know, the best part about riding is feeling the wind in your hair," he said with a big grin. "How do you like to spend your time outside?" Lily's eyes lit up as she shared her love of exploring the neighborhood and collecting leaves. "I like to find the prettiest ones," she said, twirling a small leaf she had saved from earlier in the week. The bikers nodded enthusiastically, encouraging her stories while sprinkling in jokes and laughter. The tattooed biker, who introduced herself as Mia, chimed in, "I once found a leaf that was almost as big as my head. Maybe we should have a leaf competition." Everyone laughed at the thought, and Lily couldn't help but giggle along with them. As they continued walking, one of the other bikers suggested they play a game, "Let's see who can spot the most animals on the way." With that challenge thrown out, Lily excitedly pointed toward a squirrel darting across the street. "1 point for me," she cheered. The bikers joined in on the fun, each taking turns spotting birds and butterflies while sharing stories about their adventures. They talked about their favorite places to ride and even some funny mishaps they had experienced on their bikes. For Lily, it felt like the worries that had once weighed her down were disappearing with every burst of laughter shared. As they reached a small park along their route, Lily spotted a slide and exclaimed, "Can we stop for just a minute?" The bikers happily agreed, and they all took turns climbing up to slide down together, laughter echoing through the air. By the time they resumed their journey towards school, Lily felt not only safe but also energized by her new friends. She realized that this walk to school had turned into an unforgettable adventure filled with joy and kindness. As they approached the school, Lily could see the familiar red brick building come into view. Excitement bubbled within her as she realized she had made it there with her new friends by her side. The tall trees lining the sidewalk seemed to wave at her, and the sound of laughter from other children added to her growing sense of happiness. "Here we are," Max announced cheerfully, a proud smile on his face. Lily felt a surge of joy as she looked up at him and the rest of the bikers, feeling grateful for their kindness. They had turned her once daunting walk into something special, filled with laughter and friendship. As they entered the schoolyard, Lily noticed some of her classmates watching them curiously. The sight of a group of bikers walking with a little girl sparked smiles and chatter among her peers. She felt a rush of confidence, knowing she had faced her fears with these strong and supportive friends by her side. "Thanks for everything," Lily said joyfully, glancing at each biker. "You all made my morning amazing." The bikers exchanged proud looks, clearly happy to have helped her feel safe and cheerful. "Anytime you need us, just give a shout," Mia replied, playfully ruffling Lily's hair. "We're always around." With that, Lily waved goodbye to her new friends before heading inside the school building. She felt lighter than air, having shed the fears that had once weighed heavily on her heart. Walking into class with a smile on her face, she couldn't help but share her adventure with her classmates. That morning not only marked a new beginning for Lily but also demonstrated how unexpected friendships could turn fear into joy. She knew that she could face anything as long as she remembered the kindness of the bikers who had walked with her to school that day. As Lily and the bikers entered the schoolyard, their arrival drew the attention of other students and teachers. Curious gazes turned into smiles and whispers of excitement filled the air. Many students stopped what they were doing to watch, wide-eyed at the sight of the group. A few of Lily's classmates even pointed and waved, intrigued by the bikers accompanying her. Teachers also noticed the unusual scene unfolding outside their classrooms. Ms. Thompson, Lily's favorite teacher, stepped out to see what was happening and her face lit up with surprise and delight. "Look at this," she called out to her students, a smile brightening her face. "Lily has made some new friends. Isn't that wonderful?" The atmosphere in the yard shifted as students began to cheer and clap. "Go, Lily," they shouted, some even mimicking the sounds of motorcycle engines, adding to the playful excitement. The bikers laughed and waved back, enjoying their newfound role as heroes for the day. As they reached the entrance of the school, a few parents waiting to drop off their children joined the scene. "What a fantastic way to show support," one parent exclaimed. They praised the bikers for helping Lily feel safe on her walk to school, recognizing their kindness as an inspiring act of community spirit. Witnessing this display of cooperation warmed Lily's heart even more. She felt a sense of pride in sharing her story, knowing it resonated with those around her. The bikers exchanged friendly high fives with her classmates, showing that kindness can come from unexpected places. As the bell rang, signaling the start of the school day, Lily walked inside feeling buoyed by the community's response. It was clear that her experience had not only made a difference in her life but had also inspired others to think about how they could support one another. In that moment, she realized that she was part of a caring community where everyone looked out for each other. As the school day progressed, Lily could hardly focus on her lessons. Her mind kept drifting back to the amazing experience she had shared with the bikers that morning. The warmth of their friendship filled her heart, and she couldn't wait to see them again. During lunch, she shared her adventure with her friends, who listened in awe, encouraging her to invite the bikers to join them. After school, Lily gathered her courage and decided to reach out. She ran to the spot where they had first met, hoping to spot the bikers. To her delight, they emerged from around the corner, laughing and chatting as they parked their bikes nearby. "Hey, it's Lily," Max called out, waving enthusiastically. "How was your day?" "It was great. I told everyone about you guys," she replied, feeling a surge of joy at their recognition. "Can we walk together again tomorrow?" The bikers exchanged glances, and Mia grinned widely. "We'd love that. Nothing beats walking with our favorite little adventurer," she said. From that day on, a new routine blossomed. Each morning, Lily would eagerly await her biker friends at their meeting point. They shared stories, jokes, and laughter during their walks, building a bond that grew stronger with each passing day. Lily no longer felt anxious about walking to school. Instead, she looked forward to sharing her adventures with Max, Mia, and Jake. As weeks turned into months, the bikers became an integral part of Lily's life. They would often surprise her with small gifts like colorful bike stickers or treats after school. In return, Lily created little drawings for them, capturing their fun walks and moments together. Their friendship blossomed into something beautiful, a unique connection that transcended age and appearances. Lily learned that friendships could form in the most unexpected ways. With her biker friends by her side, she felt empowered to face any challenge life threw her way. And as she rode home each day, she made a promise to herself: she would always be brave enough to ask for help when she needed it and cherish the bonds they had created together. Lily's experience with the bikers began to ripple through the neighborhood, inspiring others to be more mindful and supportive of the children around them. News of the bikers walking with her spread quickly as parents shared stories at playgrounds and during school drop-off. Many people found it heartwarming to see how a simple act of kindness could make such a significant difference in a child's life. As word spread, more neighbors started to look out for the kids in the area. Parents discussed forming a walking group for children who needed extra support on their way to school. They realized that fostering a sense of community could help all children feel safe and secure, just like Lily did with her new biker friends. At local community meetings, discussions arose about safety measures and adult volunteers offering to walk children to school. The bikers themselves became role models, encouraging others to be involved in their community in similar ways. They even organized fun weekend events, inviting families to join them for bike rides and picnics at the local park. These gatherings drew families together, leading to friendships between parents as well as children. Teachers noted the positive change in the atmosphere within the school. Students began looking out for one another more, sharing ideas on how they could help their peers feel included and safe. Lily's bravery inspired a project where classmates could share their stories about facing fears and finding support. The impact of Lily's journey extended beyond just her own experience. It created a network of caring individuals committed to making their neighborhood a safer place for everyone. With each kind gesture, they reminded one another that it takes a village to raise a child, a lesson that resonated deeply within the community. In the end, Lily not only gained confidence but also became a catalyst for change, proving that one little girl's request for help could inspire an entire neighborhood to come together in support of its children. The journey of Lily and her biker friends serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of kindness and community support. In a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming, it's essential to recognize how small acts of generosity can create significant waves of change. When Lily reached out for help, she didn't just find safety on her way to school, she sparked a movement that encouraged her entire neighborhood to rally around its children. This story illustrates that everyone, regardless of age or background, can contribute to making their community a better place. Whether it's through offering assistance to someone in need or simply being a friendly face in times of uncertainty, each gesture counts. The bikers showed that strength comes not only from physical presence but also from the willingness to extend kindness and friendship. As more people began looking out for one another, the sense of belonging within the community grew stronger. Parents and children alike were reminded that there is power in togetherness and that everyone has a role to play in caring for one another. By sharing their own experiences, neighbors fostered deeper connections and created an environment where children could thrive without fear. Ultimately, Lily's story encourages us all to take action when we see someone struggling. It calls upon individuals to be brave enough to ask for help when needed while also being ready to lend a hand. In doing so, we cultivate a rich tapestry of support and love in our communities. As you reflect on this tale, consider how you can be like Lily and her bikers, recognizing that kindness can transform lives and inspire change. Let it serve as an invitation to look out for those around you, knowing that together, we can build safer spaces filled with compassion and understanding for everyone. After all, it takes just one courageous act to spark an entire movement of kindness.